My name is Taylor Lowe, and this is my lesson. Today we're going to be learning about how to do highlights, and these are my three students today. We have Tyler, Melody, and then other Taylor. Alright, so before we begin the actual demonstration of everything, we're going to go over what bleach is, what developer is, and what highlights are. So bleach, which I already have pre-mixed here in the bowl, is a chemical process that lightens the hair up from whatever color you so choose. In the salon, we use bleach and we measure the color of hair based on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being dark black, 10 being the palest blonde you can get naturally. Now, to have bleach, you mix bleach powder and developer. So most bleaches usually only lift up to 4 levels. However, most modern bleaches used in the salon, specifically the brand I have, can lift up to 8 levels. So realistically, you can go from a brown or even a black to a blonde. And the most common developer used is 20. Today we do have 40 developer. We're using a little bit stronger just because we're learning. We don't really need to be too safe. It's a mannequin head. We don't have to be the safest. Now highlights describe when you take sections or chunks of the hair and you use bleach to make it lighter than the rest, either highlighting certain features around the face or just adding dimension into the color. Okay. So we're gonna get started now. I already have part of it sectioned off, but I am going to section the rest. So for bleaching hair, you do want to divide it up into 4 sections. Usually you do the first 2 quadrant, and then the back one you divide into 2 as well. This makes it easier to control the hair and get better blending on the highlights. So usually you section it off at around wherever the ear is. We have some little ponytails that we're going to be using. Oh dear. Our little guests.
Thank you, Tyler.
I like to give little pigtails, little space buns when I'm dividing up, so that way the hair doesn't have a chance of falling into the section that's already being done. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to section the back. And I always want to make sure your sections are nice and combed out before you brush them or before you put them up. This makes sure that you don't have any tangles when you pull the sections down, as well as helps you maintain a little bit better control. Hair is usually either a little silky, so it tends to fall, or it tends to get knotted. Usually it's one or the other. This mannequin has a combination of both because this is real human hair that we are using. So now that we've divided it into 4 quadrants, we're going to, again, divide this section into smaller sections. Here, I'll stand on this side so that way you can see it better. So we have our wide tooth comb that we use to brush, but for the highlighting, we're going to be using our highlighting comb. Now it has the metal rat tail at the end, so that way we can easily section the hair and pull it up, so that way we're not risking having uneven sections, and this is super easy to work with compared to using a regular comb. So you take your section and you don't want it any long or any wider than ½ an inch. That way all of the hair gets saturated and you can work through it. So I'm not going to use this first section just because it's a lot, it's so tiny, so I'm just going to put it off to the side. But I do want to be able to show you guys how to properly weave a foil, so we need a little bit wider or a bit longer of a section. So after you have your section pulled up and combed out, this is where we do what is called weaving, and this is how we pick out the pieces of the hair that we're going to be highlighting. So you take your comb. Can everybody see? Okay. We take our comb, and you just gently go up and down, leaving some of the hair out while picking up some of it. And then you drop the bottom. So y'all see how it's, some parts of it are see-through. It's not every single piece in that section was picked up. So then, Taylor, would you mind handing me a foil? We're gonna take our foil. Now they usually have a little section that's already pre-folded down. You take your little metal rat tail part of the comb, you slide it in, and then you put it down like this. You wanna get the foil as close to the scalp as possible, and then we're gonna slide it out. Now we take our bleach. Now you don't want to paint it with the bristles straight down. You want to paint it more on a sideways angle like you would as if you were painting. Once you've got the first little part put on, you can drop the section and just go ahead and paint the rest. Now these foils aren't super long. Most salon foils aren't very long. So we're just gonna take the bleach all the way down, and then we're just gonna curl the hair up and just make sure the whole strand is coated in the bleach. And we're painting it on with the bristles like this. After we have every piece fully saturated, we take our foil, we're gonna fold it over, and fold the corners just to keep it nice. And there we go, that's our first foil. So that's pretty much what we're doing. Okay. After this, we would just move on to the next piece of foil, all right? So what we're about to do is we're gonna start our We Do, which is the practice sessions that we work on as a group together. Help me, there one. And then zoom in on it.
Technical difficulties right now. You are so nosy.
Yeah, she is. Her tail's flicking. All right. Okay. Thank you. Did it send it out of order? All right. So our first practice, we're gonna do. Who wants to go first as my first one?
I'll go first.
Oh, all right, Tyler. So what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna talk and I'm gonna explain the steps, and I want you to demonstrate them as I'm talking, okay?
Okay.
All right. So for the first part, section out how much we're gonna use. You can use the comb. Make sure you have it nice and measured and even. You're gonna take the comb out. And do you remember how wide I said the section needs to be?
At least half an inch.
Yeah, no more than half an inch. So we're gonna take it and make sure we got all of the hair that's out here. So you're gonna take the comb and just pull it through, so that way you've got your whole section. There you go. Right. So next, we're going to weave it. Cut out the chunks that we're using. So go ahead and weave it. Look at you go. All right. Now we're not going to practice the bleach with this part. We're just practicing the actual weaving and foiling. So go ahead and, you can still use that. Slide it through, yep. And then go ahead and place it on as if you were, So then, And how do we paint it on? We're not going to use the bleach to
You
set.
do it at an angle.
Yeah, you don't want the bristles pointing straight down. You want it more flat like a paintbrush. All right. So now, Melody, you have volunteered, so you're going to go next.
She's watching with interest.
We have a little kitty judge. You did a great job, by the way, Tyler.
So do
It's easier to pull up like using the rat tail comb up more towards the scalp where you want your line to be. Yep.
right there.
Yep. And go ahead and pull it up and brush it out. Awesome. All right. Now go ahead and weave it for me.
Sorry, my hands are shaky.
No, you're doing great. And go ahead. and drop that bottom section. Now, you're going to take it, slide it, yep,
Okay.
yep, and then go ahead and place it underneath.
I'm not quite gonna take that all.
It takes some practice, but you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. Okay, so like that.
Well, I would do it up here where you have the cone put in.
Okay. So I had it upside down.
Well, more so like tilted.
Yeah, which I mean, it happens. These foils are not the best to use, right? So I would go ahead and go like that. And put it right up against the scalp.
This will help us learn to get out your hair.
Alright. And then mimic how we would paint it on with your hand.
So like
Yep.
at an angle.
Yep, at an angle. Awesome. Alright. Taylor, go ahead. Alright, so section me out the little piece that we're going to use.
I think that should be good. Maybe a little more.
I was going to do a little bit less because we don't want it too thick. So we want it about right there. Yeah. Okay. Now I want you to go ahead and weave out a spot for me. Yeah. Great job. And you did a great job too, Melody.
Thank you.
Alright, go ahead and drop that bottom section. Alright, now here's your foil. She got frizzy hair sticking
She
together.
does.
That's a mannequin hair.
That's Rebecca for you.
Good old Rebecca. And yes, that is the name that we have decided for our mannequin. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and drop it. And how do we paint it on?
Like a paintbrush
Yeah.
by an angle.
Awesome. Alright. So then we are going to move on to our next section of practice. You all did fantastic. So for our next section, we are going to actually mimic on Taylor's hair since she has it down. So you two are going to take turns, and then Taylor, you can mimic it on my hair. Okay?
Okay.
We're not putting any bleach on anybody's hair. Just putting that out.
Yeah, I
You
like
got
the
too
blue.
pretty of color. All right.
I am on the throne.
All right. I'm gonna brush Taylor's hair out real quick. Luckily, she's got super soft hair, so there's no knots or anything.
I have no proud having soft hair. It's kind of a brag. Sorry.
You can brag, it's okay. And you did a great job on your section, by the way.
Thank you.
All right. So I've got it sectioned out. Now, you want to mimic first?
Yeah.
So do exactly what we just did on the head, but do it to Taylor's head.
Okay. So this section right here?
That's why I got that all pulled off. I would start a little bit higher up because like we don't want it too thick. We want about that much hair in it. Yeah, like right about there. All right. Go ahead and weave me a section.
Did not mean to get your ear there.
You didn't get me.
That's one of the things about the salon is you always gotta be careful of people's ear, but you're always gonna hit it.
I barely felt it.
Awesome job. All right. Now, take the foil. There you go. Go ahead and place it on Taylor's head as if you were highlighting. Awesome. You got it as close to the roots as possible, so great job. All right. Tyler, your turn.
Just
Section right here.
trying to get under the thing.
I thought you was on.
Now remember, we
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
we take the comb to even up our section that we pulled. We take the edge of it. So that way the whole section's a little bit even. Alright, now go ahead and weave me a section. Thank you for being our model. You're doing great, and both of y'all are doing great. I'm demonstrating.
Thank you, Susan. You're a good teacher.
Thank you. Alright,
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure one of those is trying to get the food.
You're very clear on your instructions too.
alright, go ahead, put that over, and place it down as if you were doing it. Go a little bit closer to the scalp because we don't want any section of bleach. Yeah, just like that. Alright, now I'm gonna sit down. You get to practice
you're the
on
model.
me. I am the model. Alright. My hair is parted a little bit weirdly, so you can just go ahead and pick whichever section you would want to do.
Yeah, I don't want to like accidentally like pull your hair while I'm kind of.
Look, you're good. Part of working in the salon and beauty school is you're used to getting your hair done and pulled and practiced on.
It should be good.
Look at you go, Taylor. We got a hairdresser in the making over here. Look at that, nice even section.
Can
All
someone
right.
foil me?
Thank you, Melody. Appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and place it on my head.
And just my imaginary paintbrush.
Heck yeah, look at you go.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, you got it up close to the roots, all the way up to the scalp. So yeah, you did it right. All right, now our next practice section, we're going to actually have you foil on the head using the bleach. You guys did amazing with all of that. You did very well. You kept it very close to the scalp, and all of your sections were super clean and even. So, who wants to practice first on the main one? All right. Look at
Oh
you
dear
go.
Lord, here comes the other one.
Oh, gotta keep cat adventure.
I'm so sorry.
Yes. Always want to make sure you guys wear gloves when you're using bleach, just because it is very easy to develop an allergic reaction to bleach. Most people are automatically allergic. I know myself, I am very allergic.
I'm so sorry, our cat.
We've got a shoulder kitty that wanted to join the lesson today.
Oh, good.
A little pirate shoulder kitty.
She's purring too, so she's gonna try not to get off.
Oh,
All right.
no. Oh, Lord.
So go ahead and foil for me. Do a section and use the actual bleach.
You think that's good? Sorry, with tiny hands and big gloves. They
No,
don't
you're
mix
good.
well.
That's less than, the inch thick. So go ahead and foil it for me.
Oh, go ahead. Foil.
Well, no, I mean like weave it and then foil it.
Okay, that's. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I should have been a little bit more clear. Awesome. Look at those even, clean sections.
Is that good or?
I say you had picked up some of the additional hair.
Yeah.
So let's try that again.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It happens in the salon. There are many times you're gonna have to drop your piece to restart again, and that's completely fine. You're always gonna restart it.
Thank you. All right. So now I'm gonna just go ahead and leave that.
Yeah. Look at those clean sections. Awesome.
Let's try not to pick up any additional. There we go.
All right, Melody, will you hand Taylor the foil? Look at. Oh, oh, oh. All right, go ahead.
There we are. I picked up this strand too.
All right, go ahead. I will take the comb for me.
Okay.
Paint the bleach.
I'm a
on.
little nervous about this part because like it all feels kind of out of whack.
It's all right. You're doing great. Go ahead and put more bleach on it. We want to make sure the strand is fully saturated. We don't want any uncovered spots. If you have an uncovered spot in the salon,
gonna
ooh,
look-
they'd be mad.
It's just gonna look tacky.
Very much so. We don't want tacky. We want Rebecca here looking good.
Yeah. You don't want Rebecca to
Come back and demand her money back.
money.
You don't want her mom Karen to come in.
Yeah, I'm trying to like get even coats without using up a whole lot.
It's alright. I got plenty of bleach. If I need to mix more, we can always mix more.
Okay. Yeah, because like that's my concern is like not having enough or using too much.
The
Okay.
good thing about bleach is honestly you can't have too much on a section. There's such a thing as too little, but honestly, for bleach and hair color, there's not really too much. Once it's dripping on the floor and making a mess, then it's too much.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That makes me feel a little more comfortable working with it.
Yeah, no, you're doing a fantastic job,
Do you
Taylor.
think that's coated enough for you?
Yep, you have the whole section covered, so now we're going to remember fold it over.
Over.
I mean, it doesn't really matter which way you fold it as long as it's folded.
You just prefer to.
And then fold those corners over as well. Awesome. There you go. And you did it. You sectioned and highlighted your first foil.
Yes.
Look at you go. Great job, Taylor.
Oh, you okay, baby?
I think she just breathed in the water.
All right. Tyler, would you like to go next?
Me?
Yeah. Always make sure you use your gloves. I know the gloves aren't the best. They got any sweat to your hand, they
I
stick.
got baby hands and Tyler.
I'm used to wearing the gloves.
Awesome. Great job, Tyler. Alright, go ahead and weave me out of foil, or weave me out of section.
Oh, good Lord, here we go.
She wants to be the star of the video.
Oh, I appreciate that, but at the same time,
Look at those
keep your products
clean,
on her.
nice, even sections. Those are going to be some pretty highlights. Oh, it's okay. You can do it again.
Yeah.
We believe in you, Tyler.
I know her hair is like a little frizzy, so it's easy to stick to.
It's Rebecca's revenge.
Awesome, great job. Look at those clean, nice, even sections. Those are going to be some pretty highlights. All right, Melody, will you foil for Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Thank you.
Sorry, Tyler. You paranoid in your own head?
I thought I heard like a howl.
You got it? There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead. Awesome.
Give me 1 second.
All right, go ahead and place the bleach on.
Hey, no, ma'am.
What's she eating?
Point.
You classic.
Yeah, like have a little more angle. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. You see how much easier it glides when you do it that way?
Sorry about that.
You can already see where she's starting to lighten on Taylor's foil. Beautiful. So we're gonna put that there and make sure the whole strand is covered.
Oh, sorry.
Beautiful, beautiful. Alright.
It's like origami.
Alright. Yep, it's easier to fold one section and then the
I
other
think this
side.
foil is also pretty durable.
Funny enough, it's the same foil that aluminum like kitchen foil is made of. They just slice it a little bit thinner, but if you don't have actual foil, you can use your kitchen's aluminum foil because it's the exact same thing.
I didn't know that until you just said that.
The more you know. Alright, Melody, go ahead. It is your turn. Tyler, will you come over here and get ready to hand Melody a foil?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I think I just pulled out part of her hair. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Stabbing the client with the...
Stop moving.
It's okay. She can't sue us.
So we...
Yep, go ahead and weave me the section. Beautiful.
It's like crocheting all over again.
Alright, Tyler, will you hand Melody a foil?
Yeah.
Oh,
gloves.
yeah, the gloves.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Here, I'll hold on to that section for you. There's one glove.
Thank you, because
None of us realized.
Don't
Thank
want the
you,
bleach to burn your
Tyler.
hand.
Tyler
not only
saving the
that,
day.
but
Yeah, these are the hospital gloves, so they like to stick.
I should be used to these being in a medical field at one point. But
Aren't
nope.
you supposed to like slap them before you put them on?
I have no idea.
Well, people think that you're supposed to blow in them, and technically you're not supposed to.
Because then it gets
spreads.
the germs all inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people get that from medical traumas.
Mm-hmm. You don't go to medical dramas for medical advice, and you don't go to Brad Mondo for hair advice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Foil me.
Foil.
Thank you.
The way you said that, it sounded like a threat.
Foil me.
I was trying to mimic my villain arc here. 2022 is going to be my villain arc.
Oh, good grief.
Alright. Yep, you got it as close to the roots as possible. Go ahead and
Okay.
paint the bleach on.
Sorry.
Y'all make this look easy.
Balancing the foil and hair is a little bit difficult. That's why the next section we're going to, we're going to be practicing this again before we do our exam, okay? And for our exam, it's basically just going to be, you have I have a little checklist, and you have to hit everything on the checklist, and I will go over that before the little exam starts, but basically all you're going to be doing is exactly this. You're going to be sectioning your hair, well, brushing it, sectioning it, you know, for the foil, like weaving it, and then painting the bleach on and making sure that you have it folded over nice and neatly, so that way everything's kept and contained.
Okay.
Now, the reason why we use the foils to highlight is it keeps the bleach wet, and it also helps maintain the heat. Heat helps bleach. So this is actually a French technique that they came up with, the foils originally, because they used to just use like a little cap where they would pull random pieces of hair out. This is much more even, this is much more organized, and it's much more healthy for the hair, and actually works faster because all of the heat from the head is contained into the foils.
Oh.
Yeah, I vaguely remember my aunt giving me highlights with the cap.
They're painful.
They are.
Because basically they take a little like crochet hook, legit, you can get a crochet hook, and you poke holes in the cap and you just grab the hair and pull it through the hole.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. It hurts.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at that. You got it all nice and even and folding it over right. Thank you. All right, look at that. You guys did a fantastic job, all of you. Tyler, thank you for help painting up foils. You as well, Melody. Thank you for asking all the questions, and all of y'all are just being really awesome. All right, so now we're gonna do the you do, which is the individual practicing, which essentially the first one we're gonna do. Now, I'm not gonna be really coaching you through this. I'm just gonna be giving feedback.
Okay.
So for the first part, we're going to mimic putting bleach on, but we're going to put it straight on the foil. We're not going to use any hair or anything. I just want you guys to show me how we paint on the foil as if there was hair there. What is the angle that we use and whatnot, all right?
Okay.
So Taylor, would you want to go first this time?
Yes.
So just take a single foil
It's full.
and just, you can put it on the table, you can hold it in your hand, just mimic and show me how the brush angle is used.
Oh dear, I hope I did not get on there.
It's okay, this table is
Yeah,
down anyway.
exactly. Awesome. We don't want the bristles straight down. We want it painted nice and smooth like that. Awesome job.
Just do it.
You can definitely
Who
tell
wants
that
the
you're
brush?
an artist. All right. Melody, you want to go next?
You want me to put on the same one?
Yeah, that's fine. We just want to make sure that we
We
got
don't
the
waste
angles
foil in
down.
this house.
Taylor, I apologize for my disobedient children.
Perfect. Look at that. And you see how smoothly it glides when we put it on that way? It's not really getting tangled on anything. It's just nice
Forbidden
and smooth
pudding.
and even.
I think
You're
this is more
amazing.
like Jello.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Jello.
definitely an interesting texture. All right, Tyler, it's your turn.
Or rice pudding, I guess.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. It's definitely closer to rice pudding. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
You can tell we're all art majors.
You can definitely tell everybody here's worked on some art. All right, you all did great. Thank you so much. All right. So for our next section, we are going to practice the weaving part without the bleach on the mannequin head. And I want to make sure y'all can go ahead and go through that without me coaching you. You all are doing fantastic, so I think you're going to be fine. This is just the practice part. Again, this is not the test yet. All right. Tyler, will you go first for me?
Mm-hmm.
So, section, weave, and pretend you're putting the bleach on, but don't actually put the bleach on.
Alright.
Beautiful. Look at that, using the end of the comb to get the nice even section.
So gentle.
Look, sometimes when you're in beauty school, they are not gentle. They will be pulling your hair. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Melody, will you hand Tyler a foil?
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, nice and close to the roots, looking like a professional over here. Alright,
I'm so sorry for yawning.
Painted on like that.
beautiful. Alright.
Matt,
Taylor,
do you want to
you-
go next?
That doesn't really matter.
Sorry, I don't want to keep going before people.
No, you're doing great. All of you guys are doing great. Beautiful. Look at that, nice even section. She's gonna have gorgeous highlights.
Madam.
Okay, and use it foil. Beautiful, beautiful. And then how would we paint it?
Like this.
Awesome. Alright,
Barbara.
Taylor, your turn.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like, do you want
I'm so
Melody to
sorry.
hold the foil for
Yeah.
you while you're sectioning?
The holder of the foils.
Foiler.
I foiled it.
Ah. Okay. Hello.
Make sure we take our end of the cone and making sure our whole section is the same length.
Making sure I didn't have bleach on my glove before I wrapped it.
Beautiful.
Stop.
Is it something like tough to master at first?
No, you guys are doing fantastic.
Foiled me.
Oh, yep. Sorry, I was trying to make sure. It's right there.
Oh.
Right there. Child.
I never noticed that she was here. And just
Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright.
Please don't.
So for our next practice, before the exam, I'm gonna actually have you foiled like a for real with the bleach on. Now, before we do that, does anybody have any questions? Anything they're uncertain about? Anything you feel you need a little more practice on? Alright, well, Taylor, you already have the comb in your hand, so do you just want to go ahead first for this part?
yeah.
Yeah, so just go ahead and do a highlight.
Do another highlight?
Yep. Now
Okay.
make sure we take the end of our, here, I'll hold that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
The end of our comb, so that way the whole section is even
Will you
across.
stop?
We don't want
Yeah.
uneven jagged
I
line.
realize that's what I keep forgetting.
It's okay. That's why we practice a couple times before we do the test. Alright, go ahead. Beautiful.
Cat, please. Please stop.
I apologize for my child.
She's
She wants to be
struggling.
the star of this video.
That's not her being a star. Can you not? I'm gonna take her away from the camera.
I'm so sorry, Taylor.
Look at her. Can you not? Baby, please.
Beautiful,
Trying
beautiful.
to keep it close to the roots.
Perfect. Look at that. And you're holding the brush great. You got even coverage.
Stop.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's okay. I give what I character to this.
Absolutely. The cats just will make it fun for the instructor to watch. Who doesn't love cats, right?
People who don't like cats.
People who don't like cats don't have souls.
People who don't like animals in general don't have souls.
I don't like birds.
No, I meant like people who just hate every single animal.
There we are.
Beautiful. All right. Yep. Make sure we fold it.
Pull
over.
the big section first.
It makes it a little bit easier, so that way everything is nice and covered. All right. Beautiful.
There we are.
All right.
And just
Yep. Go ahead and just toss it up. All right. Who wants to go second?
not Aggie.
Awesome. All right. Ooh, where's it go? There it is. You guys are doing great, and that was a great job, Taylor. Everything was nice and even and saturated, and the highlight chunks were beautiful and very even.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Make sure you comb it out real good. We'll just stay clean pieces. There you go. Beautiful.
You've been awesome.
No. I was doing music.
Beautiful, nice and even. Client would be very happy with that. Oh, that's okay. I know with the gloves it can be a little hard to get a nice grip on the hair and everything.
Maybe Rebecca will leave Tyler a nice tip.
Can you not?
As long as I'm
Child,
proud.
please. Don't kick your sister.
She's kicked her in the face.
Stop! I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Could
Go!
not have been worse timing.
Beautiful. I'll help you with that one too. So there's the little spot for it. Yep.
Aww.
They're both making the sound.
Perfect. You're doing a great job.
You're doing amazing.
I got some future hairdressers here.
I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm also trying to make sure they don't like.
Do that.
Yeah.
For your instructor, I am so sorry.
I'm sure they've had
They're
crazier
kittens.
things happen. I'm sure people have screaming children in the background. We'll answer that in a minute when we're done.
Understand.
Guys. Oh, at least now they're fighting.
First and then each other, and then we hate each other. Just like real siblings.
I don't think real siblings do that, hopefully.
Beautiful. Got it all nice and coated.
That's nice.
The foil fell down a little bit, so we want to make sure we keep the foil to the root.
You got this, Tyler.
Beautiful. Look at that. Nice,
Awesome.
even saturation. Yep. All right. There you go. Go ahead. Fold everything.
Sorry, the foil's down.
Yeah, no. I don't like it either. Beautiful. All right. Melody.
He's got this melody.
Can you watch our children, please?
So Mel. You did a great job, Tyler.
Wanda agrees.
Oh.
Is this good?
Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. That's the wrong one.
I should have helped with the foil. Can you help?
Yeah, I got it, babe. Thank you.
You're doing a great job. She got a little curl to her hair up at the root, so I'll hold that foil down for you.
Thank you.
Real humans don't have this issue. Usually, when it comes straight out of the scalp, it's easy to work with. This mannequin, her hair was sewed in a little bit weird, so it kind of curls up. It creates a little poof.
Paint it like a Bob Ross.
Exactly. We are Bob Ross, and Rebecca, you are our canvas.
Bob would be proud.
Absolutely, he would. You guys are doing great.
Happy little accidents.
I wonder if that's how they discovered highlights.
It's a happy accident. Who was the person that decided to bleach in their hair?
Probably the same person that decided to put mercury in their face
Makeup.
products.
Mercury's been used in face products since the Egyptians. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yep. It was Queen Nefertiti, I think her name is, if I'm pronouncing it right. Go ahead and say
Well,
it.
the cyanide was used as a like wallpaper choice because like it made it a really nice green shade.
Yeah.
Plutonium was also used as a paint. Or was it plutonium? What was it?
I think it was
the Watch
plutonium.
Girl series.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. You guys did fantastic on that. So now we're going to move on to the last part, which is our exam part. So for the exam, I'm not going to be giving any instruction. I won't be giving any help. You guys are going to be passing the foils to each other. If somebody needs help holding it, like the foil down because of her weird little curl, then you guys are going to do that together.
Yeah.
But to pass, you need a 6 out of 6. So I'm going to break down what each little part is, and then we're going to have you guys do it. So part 1 is make sure we section the hair neatly. You know, we're using the end of that comb and we're making sure the whole section itself is nice and even. Part 2 is we're going to make sure that we weave properly through the hair, and it's the section itself is no more than 1/2 inch wide. Part 3 is the actual weaving, making sure that you've got your weaved chunks all nice and even, which you all have been doing fantastic on this whole time. You haven't needed any help on that. Part 4 would be placing the foil underneath the hair, and we want to make sure we get it as close to the root as we can and keeping it nice and straight, which you guys have been doing this whole time. Part 5 is properly applying the bleach, making sure we have the correct angle going down, which you guys have been doing. And then the last part is part 6, which is folding over the foils and making sure it's all nice and even like we've been doing. All right. Now before we begin, does anybody have any questions? Anything they want to practice a little bit more? Taylor, you have been doing a very good job on, sectioning and making sure everything's nice and clean and even, so great job. Tyler, you've been doing a really good job making sure you're brushing through and making sure your little weave sections are perfectly identical. Fantastic. Melody, you've been doing great with helping everybody and making sure all your sections are nice and even. And you all have been doing really good with actually painting the bleach on, making sure you have the proper angle.
I don't want to go first.
Thank you.
I'll say, if you got the comb in your hand, did you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead and go first.
All right.
Oh, she's got like a weird section right here.
So that's where it was weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had hair in my eye. I was like, I need it out.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, you got 1 and 2 done. Awesome. Step 3 done.
Yeah. There you go.
I feel like the fate of the world is depending on me right now. I can't handle this pressure.
You're doing a fantastic job, and thank you for helping, Tyler.
Thank you.
All
Both of
right,
you.
so you got so far 4 points. We just have your last 2.
The hair on the mannequin is going all out of whack.
Yeah, she got frizzy hair, so the static in the air is
Yeah.
making it extra frizzy. It's just extra character, right?
Yeah, Rebecca's just.
It's also very hot in the apartment.
Rebecca!
I won't hesitate.
Love that line so much, and I'm so happy you got my reference.
Yeah, it's easier like to do on the top part, but like when it's like
Down at
almost
the bottom, yeah.
yeah, and like you said, like it's the way the mannequin's made.
You're doing a great job, though. Nice and even.
Yeah.
Also, the one that's kind of distracting me.
That's not Wanda.
It's like hard to do with this like messing up. Trying to make sure I get the ends here at the bottom.
You're doing a fantastic job. Do I need to mix any more now?
Yeah, I think that's good.
I was just trying to get it to a corner. Here.
Awesome. Thank Thank you for your help, Melody.
Both of you, I appreciate it.
Some of those well tied. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Taylor, you have passed. You received a 6 out of 6. Congratulations.
Yes.
All right. Who's going second?
Okay. I'm sorry, Tyler.
Oh, you're good.
I'm sorry.
Good.
All right.
I'm like, I'm out of it. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time.
Well, you're doing fantastic. All right. We got one part. Beautiful. All right. We got parts 2 and 3 down.
I'm gonna go ahead and fold this up real quick unless you still need it.
No.
Okay. I just don't want one of them to
Just
get
jump on the table and land in a pile of bleach.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You got 4 down. Thank you for your help, Tyler.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk to some of them?
Thank you, Tyler.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
You all are. I'm super proud of you guys. Best
Sorry,
students
thank you.
ever. Only the kids I substitute listened as well.
No, I'm having fun with this. I'm sorry if I'm out of it.
No, you're doing fantastic. You're giving great feedback. You passed your test. You know, you did fantastic on it. If we were in the salon, client would be very happy.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm just apologizing.
It's okay.
Can you help getting that?
There we go.
Beautiful.
Get this melody.
Beautiful.
Tighten
Beautiful.
up way.
He's not wanting to bend right there. Thank you for your help, Taylor.
Oh. A little clumsy.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Very even, very nice, very well saturated. 6 out of 6. You have passed. All right, handsome. It is your turn.
You got this, Tyler. I don't have your filler ready.
I believe in you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, you got 3 out of 6 so far. Good job.
You got it?
Yep. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Got it?
I thought so. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for helping and thank you for asking for help. Beautiful.
You got it?
Thank you.
Awesome. You guys are doing fantastic. I'm so proud.
maybe I need to invest in getting some of these for myself too. That way I can.
Honestly, it's super cheap for everything up in Sally's. You know, since you're getting into doing hair, I would highly recommend it. This is one of the best investments you can get for doing hair.
Yeah, it can help me with my wigs too. For When I
Absolutely.
get invested in cosplay.
Beautiful, nice and even and saturated. Yeah, 5 out of 6.
Thank you.
Oh, aluminum foil.
I know this sounds a little bit rough. I don't mind the crunchiness, but when it starts to squeak,
Yeah, it gives me a
Awesome,
second
Tyler.
shiver.
you've got 6 out of 6, you've passed. So all of you have passed your exam. All of you have successfully completed the lesson on how to highlight using foils. Does anybody have any questions or anything before I end the video? Any comments, concerns?
I do not. I don't even think that she has a comment to say.
Yeah, I know, now you're being quiet.
It's easier than I thought.
Yeah, like I mean, you've all got experience using color before, doing your own hair and whatnot.
Yeah, this
So I knew you guys would be fine with it.
Yeah, this helped me learn my mistakes from the last time trying to color hair on my own. So I feel like next time I do this, I can use this as a good enough reference.
Absolutely, you did fantastic job, especially with how you painted it on. Like the way that you did the angle was absolutely perfect. Very nice, very even. You very even with your sections, absolutely beautiful. Tyler, your sections were very beautiful and very evenly painted throughout the whole thing. All of you guys did fantastic, and I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
And that's it. That's the end of our lesson.
Alright, I'm gonna put these aside.